have samples. I have chewables. So I go to work and I'm like, hey guys, you want to try the sample? So they're really good. And I get so much good response. So one of my friends is like, hey, do you have my gummies? And I'm like, dude, like, you like them so much. Let me get you started. Well, I'm not ready yet. Well, okay. Well, just, it's, it always segues into like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me being nervous about it. About like coming off some kind of way. I don't want to come off as a buy from me. It's just more like, let me help you get started. And I'm trying to find I guess my wording and my way of doing that. So I think
why do you think it'd be good for them?
Yeah, that was another, that my upline asked me that too. And Nanette asked me, so we're working, we work 12-hour, 10-hour, 8-hour shifts, so we're always on the go. And I know that they don't eat, we're always like, oh, I'm hungry, are you hungry? We haven't eaten, and it's like, this would be, yeah, it's not a meal replacement, but it's nutrition because you didn't eat, you worked till midnight last night. You have to, get up and work again. And so for me, it's like, it's the nutrition. And I know you guys are lacking in it. We eat whatever on the go. So I know it will be beneficial for them.
So are you sharing that from your heart about them?
I have, yes, but I guess I'm not that consistent with it. The why.
And what has it done for you on these 12-hour shifts?
So for me, I have energy. I think I was going back and listening to Voxer a few days ago, and Denzel was like, okay, guys, good night. I don't know if I'm going to get much sleep because I've been up more, and that's what it's doing for me. I'm up at night and I have energy, and it's just mental, like going,
you feel like you're focused and you're
more focused, more energy, more concentrate, like more energy, and it's great versus always being tired and oh, my body hurts. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get tired, but it's more of more energy for me.
So, I mean, that would be something that you would want to tell them. Did you tell them that? I'm sure you did.
Yes.
I mean, to me, I say things like, it's not like buying a vitamin or supplement. It's like buying a better body. Okay. Like you're going to have a better body. I think you just need to be more confident when you talk to them. I mean, you don't want to pressure them, and not everybody buys Juice Plus. So it can't be that you think 100%. And you also have to move on, or you're going to hurt your own mental self,
yeah.
And
then I think too,
talk to a lot of people.
Sorry, branching out and speaking to more people than my little group. I think that,
yes.
I think they're tired. Ready. Yeah. And I'm getting frustrated too. So I don't want to, yes, I need to branch out. Yes.
You could.
There's in the shift, there's probably about 20 something people and a shift. So not that work there. But I've shared it maybe with at least 10 or tried, introduced maybe the gummies, maybe like 8 people, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then another, I bought a big, thing of water that I keep on me. So that's starting conversations. Oh, you drink that much water? I mean, and it's, consistent. So I'm getting conversations there too. Yeah, man, I'm getting really thirsty, and then, just the segue into, yeah, I'm taking Juice Plus, sometimes, not all the time, not consistently, but but I know other people are listening. I can see them looking and it's just my approach to kind of turn my attention to them without being so pushy. Because I feel like it's in sales. I'm a waitress, so it's like what is it called? The
Upselling?
yeah, the upselling, but the spiel. What's your spiel?
Mm.
And I hear them listening, but I don't want to like just directly like, oh, come get this. It's like we know what you're doing. We know the business. We know the sales business, I guess, suggestive
Well,
sales. But I don't know.
yeah, they think that you're in sales when you start sharing, but it's really you actually do care about them. Sometimes you can release yourself from it by saying, you know what, I don't care if you order from me. I just want you to understand this information. So taking yourself out of the picture sometimes and saying, can you watch this doctor video? I don't care if you order, you know, I just really want you to have the information so I have a clear conscience that you have it. And I want to make sure you know about it. You understand, that this is a great solution and why it's different from everything else. That's a possibility.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, I could do that.
Okay, and then I know Gabby, she was a waitress, and so I wonder if she has anything to input about that. I don't know, Gabby, if you're available. Hmm. Go ahead, Gab. Hey,
Sorry, I'm
hey.
um yeah, for me it was just me sharing my experience what and like you were saying, people were you can see them watching or see them listening. People were like intrigued in what I was talking about. So I actually have one person, Sarah, who was taking it. She was like right away noticing things. She wanted to start selling with me or start, joining the mission with me. She's been a little bit dormant, but I have another girl who was also listening in on me just sharing what I found it was doing for me and really just sharing your experience. I wasn't like a salesperson or anything, I was just saying, oh, I found this new thing. It's been really great for my health and it's been doing this for me, whatever. And that was what brought attention on that. So I have another girl who has been um, through the Healthy Starts program with me. So yeah, it was really just like you said, you were talking and having these really good conversations, and people were listening in and just continuing to do that because they will, if they want to know what you're talking about, they're going to ask you questions and they're going to be involved if that's something that they think would be for them.
Yeah, I think making it easy for them to order too. I don't know what a good solution for that is, but I know sometimes I hear people talk about, their different things. But if they made it really easy for me to say yes, then I would probably order, you know? So inviting them to an event where then you stay on afterwards and say, I'm going to go ahead and help anybody who wants to get started, you know? I think that's a great idea. Like tonight we have a business event. We could say, hey, anyone who wants to go ahead and get started, we're going to stay after. So just really leading people in that way. I wanted to mention, I have so many thoughts for today, but I know they're all jumbled. So I wanted to tell you that our real estate agent, I like what he does. I was thinking about it in the shower. I'll text him, and sometimes he texts back, but a lot of times he calls. How many times are we just texting people back when we could just take advantage and call? Because they want something. They actually want something. They're texting you back or texting you. We've got to just call them. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so good. So I wanted to pass that on because there's a lot of scenarios for that. And then I definitely want us to talk about tonight's event. Jules, can you give us a good overview for tonight's event? I've got 2 prospects that are going to be coming on myself, so I'm excited.
Well, I mean, it's going to be, we have a PowerPoint. We kind of chopped it down a lot, I think, from what like Doug and Lisa have been doing. I think we took out maybe 8 of the slides or so. And we have me, Karen, Bridget, Graham, Holly Meek, and Denzel sharing their business story. So we wanted to make it a little bit more story heavy, less like presentation wise, but yeah, I think it's gonna be good because I think it has all different ages, sexes, like it's just gonna cover the gamut, and it's for everybody, really.
We have Renee Porter speaking.
Oh, and Renee, yeah.
Yeah, also. And I think what is good is we have not only just different ages, but people that have been in the business for a couple of months, you know, a couple of years, and then long term. So I think that's really good also. And then we did switch it around to where we talk about the product a little bit first instead of having it at the end. I think that's weird.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's really good. So when you have somebody who's going to attend, like this morning, I already texted the people and I said, I'm going to send you a quick link once I get there. So if I get on early, then I go to participants and I go to invite, and I could get the quick link that includes the password. So I'm going to be texting them that. I said, if I don't, then use the poster, but I'm going to try to get you a quick link. And then I'd love to talk to you afterwards. One of them, I said, you know, can we talk afterwards? And she said, yes. So use this to your advantage tonight, where you're gonna have all these awesome business stories that are gonna be on there. And it's just an excuse. Like Claudia, you got to come up with an excuse to just talk about a different thing. So tonight, you could say, hey, I'd love for you to meet my community that I see all the time on the Lunch and Learns. They're going to be on sharing their stories tonight. It's a little more heavy business focus, but I mean, who doesn't want some extra money? You could just kind of, you know, throw that in there. And so tonight's going to be really, really good. I was at T-Mobile, and this guy had just moved to this area. His fiance's in school for dental hygiene, getting a master's, I think. And I don't know, I introduced the business. So I said, I'd love to, you know, share with you what I do. It's a way to make some extra income, blah, blah, blah. They're coming on tonight, you know? So don't be afraid to just see who you can get on for tonight. That'd be good. Okay.
Correct.
Correct. We chose Denzel. Sorry, Doug.
Doug is out. Denzel's in.
Denzel's the new Doug.
Denzel's the new Doug.
That's awesome.
Hey, Doug, can I have a bit of that Doug paycheck?
Wait, where's Denzel? I can't see it. That's funny. There he is. Okay. That's funny. Well, I wanted to cement for you guys, you know, it's really, really, really good for you to work on your business as much as possible every day. I don't know who has some good tips. I want you to share them. Like when I was really building up to national marketing director, I made sure I set my timer. I mean, if you just say to yourself, I'm going to discipline myself to make calls, you might not even know who you're going to make calls to or who you're going to text or whatever, but you have to discipline yourself to say, I'm going to work on this every day. I mean, if you saw Britt last Thursday, there was no hesitation when Doug goes, let's see your list, Britt. I mean, she whips out this list. She's got an active list of people that she's been sharing with and following up with and all that. Well, you want to have your good list and you want to work on your business every day. So why is it important for you to work on it every day? You have to think into the future. This is a compound effect type of business. I mean, Doug and I and the family have had COVID for 2 weeks. I don't know if you guys know that. We still kind of do. But the paycheck still comes in. You know, we don't have to be anywhere. It's virtual. It's awesome. And also we moved, you know, and you've heard story after story with Karen and her parents and how she was able to be at their bedside and be there for them. And all these stories you have to keep in your mind so that you don't let the days wash away and not work on your business. Because you can see that working on your business is going to pay you in the future. You know, you could, I don't know if you see it on our team. If you don't, then we need to have more stories or whatever. You need to go to conference because the marketing or compensation plan works. And not only does it bring in a full-time and beyond paycheck, but also benefits, healthcare benefits from Cigna. It's pretty phenomenal. So you have to know what your end goal is and that this can be the vehicle for whatever it is you want in the future. So you've got to put in the consistent activity. Not everybody's born to be not everybody's born a leader. So you have to become a leader. And that just is from you going through it yourself. It's kind of like Publix or I don't know, there's Chick-fil-A or whatever, where you work your way from the bottom to the top. That way you're inspiring people who are at the bottom because they know that you went through the same thing as them. Well, same with us. We didn't like buy our way into national marketing director. We had to work our way through the whole struggle that you guys have gone through also. And you got to keep going. You know, I think somebody canceled on me the other day. I forget. But I mean, whoop-de-doo. Somebody's going to cancel on me. And team members, you know, they get distracted or they find other things or whatever. They might come back. They might not. So there are disappointments. But trust me, you want to work on this for you and your family's future. And if you haven't figured out like some good goals for yourself, maybe daily goals or weekly goals, like how many people you want to talk to, how many different things you want to join because you're going to expand your warm market because you keep hammering on the same people, or you know, just any kinds of goals. It will help you to be driven to continue through the days and also to figure out your why or what you want your life to look like 5 years from now. You know, then you just keep going. You don't worry about your disappointments or that you're not good enough. Nobody's good enough when they start. I mean, or throughout. Like there's different ways in which you have to continue to grow as you continue to move forward. So it's uncomfortable. But if you're not growing, then you're just stagnant and you're not going to have something for the future. So you want to continue to grow. You want to continue to overcome obstacles. You want to continue to talk to your sponsor or leaders so that they can help you and just stick with it. There's nothing better. Trust me. Doug, did you have your hand up?
Hmm. Mhm.
And I commute an hour each way. Oh no, it's up and down a mountain, so I can't really do anything while I'm driving, which is hard.
Well, Kathy, you want to spend if you can, driving time listening. So take your phone, your university. Hold on. Karen's working the business. She's on hold with corporate. Okay, so when you can't do anything, you want to listen. You want to listen, and that way, it goes into your brain. All those different videos on Healthy Living Revolution. I don't know if you guys have all been there. If you're new, healthylivingrevolution.com is our free website for people. And that has like all types of webinars by our healthcare professionals who have specific bends, toward different types of diseases or disorders or whatever. So like there's stuff on thyroid, adrenal fatigue, whatever. So those I would listen to on your drive. And that way, when you get there, you could always think, oh, I need to send that one to Aunt Mary or whatever. Okay. And then you want to be prepared when you're at work Kristen Bosse is really good at this. I don't think she's on here, with lists. So when it's lunchtime, she would go to her car and make calls. I know that's probably a lot, but you can if you want to. I mean, you're asking like on your work days, what do you do? So I'm just giving you some information. And then other than that, you want to talk to your people at work, but without being salesy. You want to, just everything we do should be super quick. If it's not, you're not really doing the franchise system. So if you are creating curiosity, like, hey, oh yeah, that's why I love my smoothie, period. You don't need to go into like a whole thing. You just see, are they curious? Hey, I saw you were curious earlier. I want to give you information on that smoothie and maybe bring you a packet. Would you like that? So it doesn't all have to be in one compact conversation where wham, bam, I just made a sale. It's the art. It's the art of bringing people along. Does that make sense? Okay, and also making the smoothie. I mean, bring a blender. I don't know what your situation is, but if you can make a smoothie at your work, whoever you are, then you're going to cause some conversation. And then you always want to have leftovers in little tiny cups. Oh, I have some leftovers. Would you like some? Make a good smoothie, though. If you don't know how to make a good smoothie, you got to talk to me.
Yeah, they all see my smoothies every day. It's a little different work situation. As an EMT on a mountain, we go out onto the mountain, so I don't have stuff with me and usually by myself. And I am listening to all the webinars and all that as I'm driving when I have service and that kind of stuff. My problem is making the connections because I leave the house at 6 a.m. and then I don't return until about 7 or 8, and then you've got to eat and all this stuff. And most of my contacts are not in the area, so they're in Central or Eastern Standard Time, so then it's really late for them. And so I'm having trouble. I mean, I'm shooting the videos, I'm following up with text, but I don't feel like I'm doing enough, because like she was talking about at work, those have kind of gone stagnant. So I've just had to lead by example, and they're seeing, and people are making comments, but nobody's pitched in yet. So I've gone to per the other webinars, reached out to those people in my past. So EMS, people from college, basketball team I played on, that kind of stuff. And those are going well. It's slow coming. So I've had to be patient. And so, yeah. Okay.
let's hear some advice from some other people. Kelly?
Hi.
See you there.
I was as far as like squeezing it in at different weird hours. I was just going to comment on that. Jenna Rood, who's a young mom just like me, when she started really establishing a routine once the baby was sleeping through the night and just all the things, she said that for her, what worked was getting up earlier before her baby woke up in the morning. And she's like, it was super early though. She's like, I know that's not for everybody, but it was 5 a.m. She's like, at first it was really hard, but it got better. But anyway, she said, when I had to message people, I just told them, like, I'm a working mom from home. Like, I'm so sorry this message is so early. I hope it doesn't wake you, but I just wanted to blah, 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 blah. Like whatever she was doing as far as her DMO. But she like said that I am working from home. We're, she apologized in a way, but was authentic about it. And she said people respect that. They had a lot of respect for the fact that I'm getting up early before my baby to work my business. And so I thought that was kind of neat. And I've always like kind of hung on to that because you're either up really late or up really early trying to squeeze in work so you can be a present mom during the day. But that's just my season. And how I'm working my business as a young mom, not working out of the house. But I do remember too, before becoming a mom, working from home solely, when I was in college full time and then working at night, and I just still, I still squeezed it in all the crazy times of the day. I don't know, I just made it work. And I look back on that sacrifice and I'm like, I'm grateful because I know, like what Doug and Sharon was saying, it's all coming to, fruition now in this season of my life, all that hard work then. So I don't know if that's helpful, but wanted to share a little bit about those seasons of life for me.
Good. I'm sure she appreciates it. Okay, so who else has some advice for Kathy, who has 10-hour days at work?
Oh, wow.
Hi, Michelle. So, anybody else have some advice? Hi, Michelle. And you're in bars are really good also. Totally echoing on your thing.
Oh, Sharon.
Go ahead, Elena.
Hey, can you hear me? Oh, there we go. Kelly. It's a family affair. We're working together today. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I saw the 10-hour 4-day a week comments. Okay. The babies just woke up too. So we're like, so one of my really close girlfriends, she's been struggling with this as well. And it makes it a little bit harder now that I'm living on the East Coast and she's still on the West Coast, but she's a nurse. So she works, for her, it's 3 10-hour days, sometimes 12. And hi, buddy. And yay. And she said that it's really about finding that discipline before she can have motivation to just dedicate an allotted amount of time. If she can't do it on those nights that she gets home, she'll try to, like, for example, check Instagram messages, because that's where she like works a lot of her business is social media. She's like, all right, I'm home. I said hi to the hubby. Baby's already asleep. I fed myself, or while she's feeding herself, she'll reply to those messages. And then she's like, bedtime, she said it was really hard for her to let go messages, answering those messages, bedtime, and then just going to bed. She would sometimes in the very beginning when trying to get to QSC, she would want to sit there and wait for responses. And she's like, I can't, I have to respect the fact that I need to be up early again tomorrow for another 10-hour, possibly 12-hour day. So when she did have an off day, she'd run her errands and she would work in what we love to call stolen moments, right? She would be getting in the car to go run another errand. And as she's waiting for the car to cool down or whatever, she'd check her messages real quick, pop a couple things out, videos, resources, clinical research study, and then let it go. And then wait until she has that another, that second allotted pocket of time and just, again, work in those stolen moments on her days off. And she also is a really big like personal growth person. She said she's grown really well with this business because of personal growth. And I just love learning from her, even though she's somebody in my downline. It's really special that she's raised me up in so many ways. And she loves that book, 4 Hour Work Week. So maybe that would be a great place to start too. Like look and see how you can work your business with just 4 hours each week. Yeah, most intentional time. So I just wanted to share that on behalf of her. Her name is Katie.
Thank you so much. That's all very helpful. I've learned so much from everybody, so I really appreciate it.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Yeah, sure thing.
Awesome. Well, I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about customer groups. Who doesn't know what customer group they're in? Anybody? Oh, Sakura doesn't. Okay, good thing that Nalani just came. We're going to ask Nalani after she gets plugged in here. Hi, Nalani.
Hi.
It's so funny. I just asked who doesn't know who their customer group is, and Fratina Emanuel. Okay, welcome, Fratina. I haven't met you yet. Welcome to the team. Okay, so Fratina, and I don't know if she's on your team, Nalani, and Sakura doesn't know who their customer group is.
Okay, Sakura.
Well, I know,
and
I'll get
Kathy,
to
right.
Kathy in a minute.
Okay, so so I had been going back to, I have been giving Simple Changes to Better Health as the group for my team. So that's the one we've been using now for about a year now. Even though I still have my old one, but I'm not using it really until we really grow more.
Okay, so we want to make sure Sakura is in there. Is Fratina on your team?
I don't know. Fratina, who is your sponsor?
Me?
Oh, Elena. Okay, that's One Simple Change, right?
My bad. We've had a lot. Yes, that's One Simple Change. I just added you on Facebook.
Okay, so she's good. She's connected. Kathy Thurman is on Jennifer Martinson's team, which, yeah.
Simple Changes to Better Health.
Can you add Sakura, Nalani?
I thought I had.
So Jennifer's not on here. I don't know if Jennifer's in Wildly Healthy. Have you been in a group called Wildly Healthy, Kathy?
I haven't. I saw it yesterday and I was working, so today I was going to get on it.
Okay, so that's your customer group.
Okay.
Most likely. You can ask Jennifer. But what happened was, you'll see Kelly in there a lot. Kelly, can you add Natalie? Where did Kelly go? Is she on Elena's thing?
Yes, sorry. Yes.
I'm so glad you did this.
Oh, you're in there, Natalie. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, you're glad I did this. So Regina, you're in our group.
Simple Changes to Better Health.
Changes to Better Health.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
Oh, is it a Facebook group?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. All right. Well, this is like,
I guess I'll post it more often
this is
on
kind
Voxer.
of on the back burner of what we do, I guess. But but it shouldn't be. So we're gonna put it on the front burner. So we made an announcement to the leaders that they could actually join in on the original group, which is, yeah, Kathy, that's funny, which is Simple Changes to Better Health, is mine and Doug's group, and actually now a bunch of people. And so what happened was, at one point we heard a speaker, she said, oh, isn't it great to be able to see who could see the posts? And you had to be in like a group of 200 in order to do that. And everybody split off. Okay, so we're working on gathering everybody back together for a bigger group, which Julie did do, Natalie and Elena, and yours is One Simple Change, okay? For us, ours is Simple Changes to Better Health. Wait, is that right? Simple Changes to Better Health. So anyway, so anyway, check with your sponsor and leader which group you're in, but we're working to make them all great again. And so Doug, go ahead. I meant to do that. Good boy. So if you have your own Facebook group by yourself, you're doing a lot of work. So we're looking to make light work for everyone. And also, I know Doug Denzel is Simple Changes to Better Health. Okay, good. I don't see the link. Well, I was gonna show it. I mean, it's nothing to show. You know, our Facebook groups are just trying to get across to people, eat more fruits and vegetables, increase your plants, move your body, things like that. Anything, you know, that we can add value as far as healthy living. And so it's a way for you to even put prospects in there so that they come to realize, oh yeah, these people are not scary, you know, they're just trying to help me. And Juice Plus is a great solution. That's what we want them to come to realize over time. Michelle, you want to give some good information on what you think a good group is? I want everybody, not everybody can speak, but everybody to think about what makes a good group for our customers, because that's what we really want to do.
Yeah, I think you want to get customer engagement. So I know that my group, my current group, which we're moving into Sharon's group this month, they love it when we have some type of challenge or a challenge. So like last week we had drink a smoothie and eat a salad every day for 5-day challenge. People went crazy for that. Had nothing to do with Juice Plus, but it had to do with getting more plants. And along the way, we were educating on how they can continuously get more plants through the nutrition of Juice Plus and the benefits, all of that. Then around December, we do the December detox, which is that cranberry drink, and people go crazy for that as a way to detox their livers. So challenges really help with engagement, and then just really unknown facts that they might not have seen already because, you know, people are just inundated with information on social media, but sometimes there's certain things that are just like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. So keeping those kind of things in there and then letting them know that we are, you know, representing Juice Plus. So not throwing it in their faces every day, but at least a couple times a week, we want to be having some information on Juice Plus, whether it's the omegas, the capsules, or the shake. So I'm really grateful to be joining in the group again, because it can be a lot when it's your own group and not everyone is participating and you're trying to keep it active alongside doing everything else in your business. So yeah, I'm happy to be back together again in Sharon's group by the end of this month. I just announced it in my group today, so it's probably not going to be fully set until the end of this month.
Yeah. Mhm. And it's going to help keep those number of exposures going for them, you know, to stay customers, solidified customers. So here's our systems. We put systems here on gotransformers.net for customer care. We want to find out about their health goals, their family, etc. As we're taking their order, find out as much information as possible so that you can help send them even more, you know, good information over time. We want to add them to the Facebook group. Can you guys see this screen? Hopefully.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the system for customer care. Add to Facebook group with ongoing education, tag on a relevant post. So if they just ordered shake, in the photo albums, there's shake recipes, or in the files section, there's complete creations little booklet, you know? And so find something that you can tag them. You add them to the group, you tag them, and then you message them, I just tagged you on a post. And you can even carry that link over to Messenger. It's called add tag message. And you could do that throughout with a lot of people, you know? And that way you're just constantly, you know, keeping them in the loop on things. And then you could see there's other things that we do for our customers, you know, putting them on the calendar with the email suggestions that come. If you're not getting email suggestions from the company, you definitely want to get that straightened out, because it's nice. They say, you know, hey, it's a good time to call your customers. Here's what you say, things like that. They do a lot for us. And then you want to continue to invite to events. So like Claudia Sandoval, who was speaking earlier, you know, just continue to invite them to an event that might be good for them. And then over time, continue to plant seeds for the business. And then sometimes we do a customer survey, which, you know, a lot of times we get away from, but it's a really good idea. Let me go to, what do you call it? The Freedom Revolution, okay? And then the A through Z. If I'm looking for something, I don't bother with a lot of things. I just go to A to Z and I put in survey. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay, so I'm on thefreedomrevolution.com, which is our resource for materials.
Well, most of my partners and partner pluses don't get the other password until they get to QSC to keep the confusion down. So, yeah. and so what we do is, what the leaders will do is go to the page for whatever it is that we want to give them the resource, and then send them that link or that resource.
Okay. So I won't give them the password. If you've been around long enough, you know the password. And so we just don't want you to get hung up on, you know, certain things. So I just put in survey. Here's the Juice Plus Experience Survey. And you can use this as an excuse to get on the phone with your customers and you never know what kinds of subtle effects that you'll be able to bring out with them, then you can say to them, hey, you've got a lot of great results. And maybe you've shared this with other people, and they'll tell you, so you have a conversation around these types of questions. You could even do like a little thing where you say, hey, I hope you don't mind. And I mean, some people like to give gift cards, not necessarily for this, they do it whenever, but you could just say, I'd like to do a survey just to see how you're doing after 90 days or after 120 days. And then you do this with them and you say, oh yeah, people do find that they're doing this or that, you talk them through it. And then at the end, you're like, hey, that was a lot that you may not have realized was due to Juice Plus. Because sometimes they'll go, well, I'm not sure it was Juice Plus. Well, yeah, my hairdresser this, but I'm not sure that was Juice Plus. Your job is to say, I'm sure. Because we've heard it thousands of times, that, yeah, your hair's growing more because you have nutrients, or you're spending less time in the doctor's office because you have more nutrients. So you're just kind of confirming where they're questioning. They're like, oh, I don't know if that was that. But so those surveys are really good too. And now you know how to find it. Okay, let's hear any questions or comments. What about any other things that you think would be awesome? I think going live more in customer groups. I think we've found that that's really helpful. And
hey, Shan, I like what you bring up with the surveys and how you can get a conversation going about like have you shared this with anybody else? Then you get leads on like just people that might have heard about Juice Plus secondhand, and then you be able to send them a video just following up like, yo, I heard my cousin so and so is telling you about, So yeah, that gives me a lot of ideas how I can use that for my own purposes.
Yeah. Good, Denzel. I know. I love the way you take something and run with it. So get back with us. And how's your list going, Denzel? Do you have a list?
Yeah, I have my ledger upstairs. It's upstairs. I just got a booklet, and what I do is I write down the data that I'm following up with people, and then I go back to the prior dates, and I'll catch like people that I fill off my list, or I'll catch people that I'll say like urgent or like on the fence. This goes all the way back to when I first started. So yeah, I have a whole book just dedicated to just keeping a list and just keeping notes of how you do this like business thing.
You're doing great. Well, I want to see yours because I know it's going to be like all decorated.
Maybe it is.
I'll bet it is.
Yeah, I posted in Transformers.
Oh, good.
Like a couple, yeah.
Good. Okay, so anybody else have any last words or questions for today?
I want to share some verbiage that I've been using. Now we're in August, and it's kind of, I think, for all the parents out there, their minds have clicked back into, oh, wow, school's about to start. Yeah. So I sent out some messages this morning, and people were pretty responsive. So let me give you the verbiage. Oh, I guess I'll have to put it in Team Transformers because I know you guys will ask. But I just put, oh my goodness, I had a big conversation with this person, didn't realize. I kind of put, hey, I'm just thinking of all my, I'm trying to find the message. I sent a variety of messages to people, but here it is. Good morning. I hope all is well. Just thinking of all my mamas who have kids going back to school soon. Are you looking for ways to strengthen your immune systems this school year? So that's all I put, but people have been responding with, oh yes, I am. Or yeah, I'm interested. What, and so then I either invite them to an event or give them some information on how they can do that through Juice Plus. So just keep a heads up for your friends that have kids going back to school, because I'm getting phone calls now about it. Like, oh, I think I need to, up my game with my immune system because I'm going back into the classroom, or my kids are going back. So it's on people's minds.
Yeah. And you could go live about that too.
Yeah, I just did. before this. That's why I was on here late. I was on with a dietitian.
That's so funny.
And we were sharing the tips.
Really? Leave it to Michelle. All right. Awesome. Well, hopefully you guys got some inspiration for your week. And just want to encourage you to reach out to, say, 10 people to get them on tonight. It's going to be like phenomenal, right? Heavy hitters tonight at 8:30 on Karen's Zoom line. So that flyer is in Team Transformers' new chat. It's also on the announcement post in the Facebook group. And so, yeah, definitely see if you can get some people to join our team this month. It's free. And why wouldn't they want to join, right? It's the best. All right, guys, have an awesome day.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. You guys are awesome. Nalani, how you doing? What? There she went. Bye. Thanks, Dougie. All right. Sakura, I saw you for a few minutes. Yay, Sakura, how are you? There she is.
I am. Yeah, just really busy. Just have so much work doing. I'm almost drowning in work. But yeah, I'm doing much better. Thank you for asking.
Oh,
And I really had a good time over the weekend. Not over the weekend, it was Friday. We did our event on Friday.
Yeah.
We had a pretty nice turnout. Most of the people we didn't know. And I am trying to get a partner from the event. She has asked to work with me years ago, and so I'm trying to see if I can get her to be a partner. She's like, "Oh, I just want some price